It's day 2 in Rome, and as you can see behind me, it's Colosseum Day.
It's so exciting being here at the Colosseum, one of the wonders of the world here, the largest ancient amphitheater in the world, and to see this place still standing and all the history that we're going to learn today. That I'm sure everyone's seen the movie Gladiator, and just all the types of events and public spectacles they hold here. It almost feels like we're going to a football game right now. So let's get inside and let's see what there is to learn. One thing you'll notice also is that a lot of these ancient monuments in different places, there's always a ton of work being done on renovations and maintaining it. And it kind of sucks, seeing a construction vehicle in your view. But at the same time, you know that these ancient wonders are being taken care of and maintained in a way to allow both yourself and the future generations to experience them, so that we can at least appreciate, because otherwise a lot of these would deteriorate as the structure just gets older and older over time.
So while the family is heading to the Colosseum, you're reminded that this is an incredibly busy and populated city. Buses, people everywhere, and it's a mixture. You can tell there's a lot of tourists here, but there's also just tons of locals. And they're going about their business. They walk past the Colosseum every day. All right, so we have a tour. It's not a guided tour, but just an entrance tour. We got it through Get Your Guide. We'll talk more about that a little bit later in the video. But right now it's about 8 o'clock. It opens at 8:30. This is what's usually a packed queue. But right now, there's not many people here, which is amazing. And you can see everything around here. You can see Palantine Hill. Roman Forum's going to be nearby here. So I mentioned we got here about 30 minutes early, and here's the beginning of the line, right? Right there is where the queue begins. Here's a little look at the line right now. Okay, yep, it's building up. It's building up nicely. All right, so we're here in line. Little update for you, we're still here in line. It's gotten crazy. One line turned into 3. Like a bunch of tour guides came on either side of us and made their own extra lines. People are definitely cutting all over the place. It's pretty ugly, and there's no one really out here from the Colosseum having any organization until they set up a little tent here. Let me show you. So they set up this tent, had everyone move back a little bit, and that made a little chaos. And now, people are just cutting like insane all over the place. So we had a nice clean line earlier, and now it's chaos. And behind us, you can see even more chaos back there. So getting here early is the key. Otherwise, you can just get pushed back and lose your spot very easily. All right, well, we've got another update for you from the Colosseum, and it's not the update we wanted to have. As you can see from that video image, we're not as close as we were. We've got a snafu. You saw that we were super early in line, and we had a voucher from Get Your Guide. That's who we booked with. And as we presented the voucher upon entry, we were told, no, that's not the voucher you need. They said, you need to contact Get Your Guide. So we did. And Get Your Guide said, yes, do you have anything in the WhatsApp communication from the company that that they had secured the booking with? And they're called doing.com.
Doing Experience.
Doingexperience.com. And so we said, well, no, all the communication we had said they will send it through WhatsApp or email. So when we got a ticket in email from Get Your Guide, we assumed that's your ticket. Why wouldn't you? Turns out that wasn't the ticket. Now let's back up a little bit. Not too long ago, there were rumors that a lot of people were being turned away at the Colosseum because companies weren't able to secure bookings. I had called Get Your Guide previously, so I knew the company called Doing was handling the booking, and Get Your Guide contacted Doing.com.
They just said on WhatsApp that they have no available tickets.
Doing, okay. So Doing.com just confirmed no tickets. So backing up a little bit, I had called Get Your Guide, verified with them. They contacted Doing and said, yes, no problem. Your tour is set. Everything is fine. So come this morning, we go to walk through the gate. They say your tour is not ready to go. You don't have any tickets. So we've been frantically communicating with Get Your Guide and with Doing.com, and turns out we are out of luck. Now we are in line now to see if we can walk up and buy tickets to get in, which maybe we can. It's quite a long line, but if we would have known that we definitely had to have the WhatsApp before this, if they would have told us WhatsApp is the only way to communicate, then we could have been here early, bought our tickets, and been good to go. Turns out that didn't happen. I don't know, I guess that's on us. WhatsApp is the only way for these guys to connect or communicate. But we've been told earlier that WhatsApp or email is how you're going to get your tickets. So we assumed it would be either or both. So we're going to give you an update again here in a little bit. But right now, we're in a little bit of a tough situation, hoping to get our tickets. We're in a line that's long but moving, and we'll let you know how we make out. Stay tuned. Okay, we got an update on our updates here. We are still in line. The line's moved pretty good considering how long it was when we got in there. We are getting a little sunburn out here. It's getting warmer. Colosseum right behind us. We're just hoping that we can get a ticket that'll be sometime today. And it'd be great if it was sometime in the next hour. But otherwise, it might be later on in the day, and that's what's the unknown. Luckily, we do have our ID and stuff because we're not sure if we're going to need that to get the tickets. But that's a little update here. There's probably about 30 people in line in front of us now. So we're getting close. We'll let you know. Do we get tickets? Do we get in? Stay tuned to find out because your guess is as good as ours.
Okay, a little update. We have Colosseum tickets. Yay! So we stood in line. We might have stood in line for about an hour, but it went pretty quickly. The line was continually moved, and it wasn't too hot yet. Now it's getting a little hot out, but we did okay. We got the basic tickets. We're going to go in, walk around. We can spend as much time in there as we want. It was 18 euros per person by purchasing them here. It also includes the Roman Forum, Palantine Hill. So we are going to go actually check at least the Roman Forum out first, maybe both, we'll see, because we have a little time before we can go into the Colosseum. So we're making the most of our day, and I don't know, overall, we might just have to add an hour onto the end of our day, but everything worked out for the best.
Yes.
And we did contact.
I do have one tip. One tip that I got to share with the folks out there, guys. Very important. If you're going to get your tickets here, you have to have identification.
Yes.
It's acceptable. Passport is the best way to go. There were some very nice people that we talked to in line who unfortunately didn't have a copy of their ID. They only had pictures of it with them, and I don't think they were able to get tickets. So keep that in mind.
We did ask the guy that we purchased our tickets from if they would accept a picture, like a photo copy, a picture or a printout of your passport versus having your actual passport, and he said yes, they would. We
got a little time. We got an hour and a half. We're going to burn it. We're going to go see as much as we can, and then we're going to go from there. So that's the deal, and we will see you guys here shortly from where? The Colosseum.
Let's go
explore. The day has been saved. All right, so with a little bit of our free time, waiting to get into the Colosseum, we decided to walk up this ramp that's right across the street. I saw in a video where you can go up here and get great views of the Colosseum, and they were not wrong. Look at this view. Roman Forum right over here as well. So we're gonna see if we can get a bite to eat, something to drink, hit the can, and then go back to the Colosseum in a little bit for our tour.
So we're here. We have a little bit of time waiting to go into the Colosseum, and we were kind of starving. We didn't really have time to eat much this morning. So there was a little area where food inside the train station right across the street from the Colosseum. So we ran in there to see what they had, and they had this delicious pizza. They kind of folded up like a little sandwich. The kids got some pastries and donuts, and we got some drinks. And so we're going to sit here, munch on this, so we're not hungry later, and then we are going to go explore the Colosseum, Roman Forum, and Palatine.
Okay, listen, what comes around goes around. We should have been doing this at about 8:40 this morning, but it's actually about 11:20 in the morning. But hey, we're here, we're in line, we're getting in to go into the Colosseum finally. Boy, we really earned this one. We really earned it. Short line to get in. I think they're doing some bag check security right here, and then we're gonna go through, and we're inside. All right, so yes, we made it through. They did have a security check, a bag check, and all that kind of stuff, so just be aware of that. They did check our passports on the way in as well, not only to purchase the tickets, but then to enter the Colosseum. So know that. And now we're good to go. Here we are, rolling. Wow, and just like that, you come from the interior cavernous part of the Colosseum to, boom, the entire outdoor area. It is packed here. Bring your patience and bring your camera, because this is going to be amazing. Just incredible here and here. The architecture going all the way up to the ceiling. You can kind of see what the design was up there. So cool. Built so long ago. What a masterpiece back then. All right, one other thing important to know for visitors here, there are bathrooms inside, guys. But bring your patience for that, especially if you're going to the ladies' room. The guys probably a little bit easier. But I mean, Matthew's is pretty awesome. I know it's your first glance and you're just kind of seeing it for the first time, but what do you think? How cool is this? What's it kind of mean to you to be here at the Colosseum here in Rome?
I think it's just super cool, and we'll get some better looks as we go up to the second level, but I think it's pretty surreal to just see this architecture. I mean, this is just such a cool thing, you know.
Well, the time frame of this, I mean, how long ago was this built? What do you know about it? You got any sweet details you can share with the people out there?
It was built in like the 70s and 80s, and not the 1970s, 80s. I'm talking 70 and 80, like the years. So
like
long,
AD, BC,
yeah,
AD. After death. 70, 80 years after Christ died, this was built here by the Romans.
Yeah, and it was,
Which is insane to think
so
about.
just, you know, all the spectacles here, right, where you have, you know, you have these gladiator fights, you had mock battles, other events held here. You know, it's just so interesting.
It is, and if you want to get a feel for it, go out and watch the movie Gladiator with Russell Crowe. It kind of makes it like, we joked around saying when you get here you want to say, "Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?" Yeah, because we can see himself. But that's actually a different like amphitheater that he fights in earlier in the movie, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, it's awesome, it's surreal, like Matthew said. And just to think, I'm pretty sure right now we're sitting on a piece of a column that's probably, 2,200 years old, give or take a little bit. All right, well, we just came up one level. What a staircase. What a steep staircase. If your thighs and hips aren't working good, Sharon, it can be a challenge. But hey, us old folks, we made it. And now we're up here, just taking a look at some of the artifacts, some pictures. Kind of here's a little something giving you an idea of what it looked like in its full, kind of a cutaway right there. Just showing you what it must have looked like back then as people entered a full Colosseum. All right, here we go. An amazing view looking all the way through the entire Colosseum. This is awesome. Got the arena floor down there. Yes, that was part of our original tour, but we're not going to talk about that. We were letting it go. But that's a spot you can go to and walk. You got the underground right there that shows the underground areas below where the arena floor was. And all of this awesomeness here as well. We're going to walk around the outside here, then we'll go down the inside and take a closer look over there. So much to see here. So awesome. More amazing views. I mean, you can see, we were just talking about, I wonder where the emperor used to sit. What was their perfect location? I don't know, maybe it was right over there where that little cutout is. Straight ahead on the camera. Maybe somewhere up here, higher. I mean, just think if you had, your seats were right up here somewhere and you were looking down watching over the whole Colosseum events. I wonder if those were considered the cheap seats, like at a stadium or a football game.
I overheard the tour guide saying the higher seats were like the poor and sometimes slaves.
They would just get stuck all up top to have a bad view.
Yeah, and it's still the same today.
I mean, listen, that's so cool. Look at those kind of like light-colored rocks there. It looks like benches or something right over there. That's super cool. You can see the layers, the foundation of how this thing was built. It's amazing. It looks like this, rock, mud, dirt, all packed together. And it's held on for all those years. I mean, I guess you can call it hold on. I mean, I guess 3/4 of the thing is really falling apart, but still, it's amazing. And it's fantastic they've been able to make sure that what we're standing on now is strong enough that it'll, stay. It's a solid structure. All right, continue to walk around here. One thing we were talking about is up here, it's really not that busy. It's a Monday, right? It's Monday. It's like May 20. It's May 25th, as a matter of fact. May 25, 2026. Not that busy. It comes in waves, okay? There's like large groups of people that you can get in the mix of. It'll seem like it's crowded, but then it opens up, and then you got plenty of room on the railing up here to just sit here and talk about it and take it all in. Amazing views. Again, there's more of that underground. Let you take a better look at it, where all kinds of crazy things were going on. All the preparations for the events that would happen above on the floor.
I think one thing is we talk so much about gladiators, and it's obviously it sucks that people were forced to fight to the death, I think, but the concept is so interesting. But they also did a lot more here. Not good things like, people would be executed here. But also some neat stuff they would do, like mock battles and stuff, like retelling of historical events, kind of like a play almost, right? I almost would say this. I think it's in this day and age, you have access to info on like our fingertips. So it's almost like you can kind of look something up as you're seeing it. Whereas, 10, 20, 30 years ago and all the way before that, you have a tour guide, someone explains to you what you're seeing. But you can almost kind of like find out for yourself, and there's so much info online. Like you see something and you could say, what is that? And then all you gotta do is look it up on, you look it up on Google, Wikipedia even, which, I think for at least can be pretty accurate for like history stuff. So you just get some basic info. So it's just pretty unique.
Awesome stuff, Matthew. Awesome stuff. Yet another angle over here, looking down from the other side of the arena floor space there. You get a really cool view of what goes on in the underground. Just how deep it was built underneath this whole thing. All right, what monument would not be complete, right, Sharon? Without some shopping. Oh, look who's happy. It's cool here.
Someone carrying around a really cute little Colosseum book. I wanted to check it out and see if I can see it.
All right, well, they got all the Colosseum swag that you could want right here. Roman Forum too. Statues, collectibles, books, all kind of cool stuff in here. All right, interesting stuff. We're just reading about this, and part of the image or the writing or the drawing up there is depicting Jerusalem and the crucifixion of Christ. It's got the 3 crosses up there, all the people. We get a closer look for you. There it is right there. Wild stuff. History, man. Unbelievable. Well, we kept talking about this underground area. Here's an amazing look at it right here, up close. How cool is this?
All right, so now moving on from the Colosseum, we now are at the entrance of the Roman Forum. We're immediately met with the Arch of Titus here, which the Arch of Titus commemorates the Roman victory. It's a Roman triumph over the Jewish revolts under Titus, who later became Roman emperor. So this commemorates the Roman victory. They built this as they did with a lot of their other victory triumphs. And one of the notable things as well is that this war led to the sacking of Jerusalem, including the destruction of the Second Temple, which was prophesied by Jesus as well, the destruction of the temple by the Romans.
Wow, more amazing architecture built into things like this. They could have just slapped a little arch here and called it a day, but nope. This is not the Golden Arches. This is the Arch of Titus. Unbelievable. All right, well, here's an overlook of just the Roman Forum. I mean, how cool is it? This was the central area, right? This is like downtown, so to speak, for the Romans that lived their basic everyday lives. Meetings here, maybe government, regional, local meetings, things like that. People in power, people in charge, making decisions for the locals. All that stuff would happen right in here at the Roman Forum. Very cool, very interesting stuff. Closer look at the area here, you can kind of imagine what these buildings all might have looked like back in the day where they were doing business here. There's a Roman right there looking for some goods to buy. Hello, my lady. All right, so what's handy is all these little sights and sounds, and it looks like there's an audio guide that probably goes with this if you wanted to get that going too. This is the temple of Antoninus and Faustina, and dedicated to Emperor Antoninus Pius. This was built and dedicated by the Senate to Faustina in AD when he died, to her husband, the Emperor Antoninus Pius.
All right, this is the Arch of Septimius Severus. Very interesting name, very Latin sounding, but the arch commemorates a Roman victory by the emperor over the Parthians. And I also looked it up too. He had 2 sons who helped him out in that. And then when he died, both his sons became co-emperors together. So then, of course, in traditional Roman fashion, one of the sons killed the other son and took off all of his stuff on the arch.
All right, for the record, somewhere between the Forum, where we just were over here, and Palantine Hill, keep wanting to say Palestine. Palantine Hill over here. There's a full bathroom. Ladies, gents, they got it all right here. So keep that in mind. And right by the men's room door, might be by the ladies' well, there's a little hose hookup so you can refill your water bottles too. That's awesome and comes in handy, especially when it's, I don't know, like 90 degrees today. Woo. All right, we finally made it here to Palantino, Museo Palantino e Palazzo Imperiale, Palatine Museum and Imperial Palace. And it looks pretty awesome, actually. Very cool. All right, this is the audience chamber, thought to be where the building was. Very large building where you could have an audience with the local rulers. I don't know if I'd say emperors, kings, I'm not really sure, but that's just what the sign said. Audience chamber, very cool. Now just a beautiful little field full of daisies. Well, this looks pretty awesome right down there. Imagine just being able to hang out, splash around down there. Oh my gosh. All right, looks like this is the Palantine Hill all-inclusive beach club right down here. Food and drinks included. Looks pretty awesome. Awesome water feature. No lifeguard. Sometimes you just walk up to an area here in Rome and you just go, wow. It's kind of one of those areas you weren't expecting to see this. What a big open area here. Some kind of a big courtyard. I'm sure there's a sign somewhere I haven't seen, but this is really, really cool. Obviously a big building right there. That was part of this whole neat little thing that was dug out here. Very cool. All right, update. With a few things left on the agenda today, we decided to scrap Circus Maximus. Don't hate us for it. And head on out from Palatine Hill and we're either going right to the Catacombs de Callisto right now, or maybe back to the hotel, and then maybe to the catacombs, or maybe we'll scrap the whole catacombs and then go to Trastevere and shop and have an amazing meal. Anything's on the table now because our whole morning got totally hoodwinked from that whole Colosseum fiasco. So we'll see what happens next. Of course, as you exit the area, it's still all beautiful, beautiful sights. Amazing architecture, walls that have been preserved for who knows how many thousands of years. Well, now we are camped out here at a bus stop, and the reason we're here is because we're looking for the 118 bus that's going to take us to the Catacombs de Calixtus. Our crew is sitting in the shade just trying to get a breather. Sunburn's kicking in, the heat is kicking in, sore feet totally kicking in, but we're going to be okay. Our bus is going to come around the corner. We're going to run over there to where the bus stop is and get on €1.50 per person for the 20-minute bus ride to the Catacombs de Calixto. All right, we made it to our next stop, the Catacombs of San Callisto. Underground catacombs of some amazing stuff. Now here's the bad news. Unfortunately, all the research says that we can't video or record when we're down underground with all these tombs and catacombs that we're going to be going through. So we're just going to have to tell you about it when we're done, but we'll share our thoughts and let you know how cool it was. We'll be back in a minute. We got here, got in line, paid $10 a person for tickets, and said, what time is the next tour start? He said 1 minute. Boom. No camera, no video, no pictures inside, so we'll check back with you afterwards. But we're here waiting in line for our English tour to start any second now.
Now, I mentioned we couldn't take photos or video in the catacombs, but I want to share a little bit of information why we thought this was kind of a must-see attraction in Rome. Now, I found a bunch of pictures online, so I want to share them with you here just to give you an idea of what it was like as we went down into the catacombs. Now, a little bit of information. The Catacombs of St. Calixtus are among the oldest and most important Christian burial sites in Rome, dating back to the mid-2nd century AD. As Christianity grew, the underground complex expanded to nearly 12 miles of tunnels decorated with some of the earliest Christian symbols. Now, after the 9th century, the catacombs were kind of abandoned and eventually forgotten. They were rediscovered in 1854 by an archaeologist, Giovanni Battista de Rossi, who uncovered and documented the site, revealing the famous Crypt of the Popes and other significant chambers. Today, visitors can walk down and go through all these ancient passageways and tunnels and see where early Christians practiced their faith in secret and honored their dead. Most of the remains and the sacred relics, the bones and everything from the Catacombs of St. Callisto were relocated to various basilicas and churches throughout Rome. The transfer was ordered by medieval popes between the 8th and 9th century to protect the people from looting by, barbarian invaders and things like that at the time. We just thought it was an amazing experience to go down and see kind of the earliest stages of Christianity there in Rome, and we thought it was super cool. We had a guided tour, got a lot out of it, and we all really enjoyed it. Well, listen, we'll get into another day, but we had an awesome time at the Catacombs of San Callisto. It was a super cool experience going down the catacombs, up to 65 feet down through hallways. We learned so much about all the history of the place. It was unbelievable. And now we are going to go see if we can't have an amazing dinner. So we're going to catch a bus and check back in a little bit. All right. We got on the bus, baby. Bus 118. Matthew, how you feeling? Hungry? All right, we are all starving. We're all exhausted. We're all malnutrited. I don't even know I can't even talk right now.
We are hungry, thirsty, and we need food.
We need food in a big way. We need to get rehydrated. We need all the above. Yes, I'm sorry I'm on my phone, so everyone's face is like boom right in the camera. But that's the deal. So we're coming back from the Catacombs de Callisto. I'll tell you what, I'm sorry we couldn't share any video, but we'll try to throw some pictures in here to talk a little bit about the experience we had. I mean, it's unbelievable. That place has over 1,000 Christians that were buried there years ago. What do you say, Matthew? 1,600 years ago? 1,800 years ago. They created these tombs going down up to 65 feet. It was really a cool experience. So if you ever get a chance to go to the catacombs, check it out, and we're gonna enjoy the rest of this ride and see if we can't go get a very nice Italian dinner. All right, we found our spot for dinner, the Ristorante La Nueva Piazzetta is what it is. You find these awesome little highly rated restaurants here down the weirdest little corridors. We're gonna see if we can't eat outside, possibly at a table over there if we're lucky. But we'll take anything right now. Here's a little look at the menu. I don't know, you can zoom that in if you want to. But I mean, it's got some good looking stuff there. I think we all might get a couple of pizzas. We'll see how that goes. Not the cheapest place in town, but hey, for good food, we'll pay a little extra. All right, we got a little bread. We've got a little balsamic and olive oil, and that's what you put in your plate that you can dip the bread in. And we've got some wine, a little red wine for me, a little white wine for Riley, and some Coca-Colas over here. All right, that's the deal. All right, we opened up with an appetizer here, a little vegetable and buffalo mozzarella platter, an antipasti they call it. Looks like some eggplant, peppers, zucchini, all grilled, and a nice big ball of buffalo mozzarella, baby. All right, we got some food coming in hot. Margarita pizzas. That's right, guys. Cheese pizzas. These things look very good. Nice coating of cheese. Sharon and Matthew each got one. I know they keep it simple, but hey, if you know anything about this family, you know that we love our pizza. Now, wait till you see what Riley and I got. You know it's gonna be good. Besides wine. Cheers. All right, Riley has got her Alfredo right there, pasta Alfredo, and I got the pasta Alfredo with chicken and mushrooms. This looks awesome. I mean, awesome. All right, we did a number on the pasta. Riley's pasta's almost gone. Mine is, oh God, almost gone. That was so filling. The wine's almost gone. That'll be gone, trust me. The kids did good. I mean, Sharon did good.
I think I just have just enough energy left to go buy a couple souvenirs before passing out.
Negative. We're going to get gelato. Then we're going to bed.
We're gonna do both.
Very early. We're going to take that pizza home. We're going to eat it for breakfast.
Alright, so Sharon, was it a good meal?
It was.
Nuevo, pizza, riata, or whatever it was.
We needed this food. We really didn't eat much today. Like once again, you start sightseeing and go, and then all you end up eating is just like some snacks and things along the way. So we were starving. We're at the point where we're like, we need to eat something. We're gonna pass out.
And now we're at the point of
Now we feel
exploding.
better. Well, we made it back to our room here after a long, hot day in Rome. We had a great day at the Colosseum. Even though we had a hiccup, we turned it around and we really enjoyed ourselves. We had a great day at the Catacombs too. That was amazing. If you ever have a chance to go there, please do. I highly recommend it. And then we had a wonderful dinner tonight. So we are heading out now. We're gonna get some gelato. Last stop, gelato and pastries for the morning. And then we're gonna come back and get a good night's sleep because we have a big day tomorrow, as I said, at the Vatican, and it's gonna be another hot one. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about Rome or any of the things we did today, please put it in the comments below. Remember to travel safe, travel smart, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, and don't forget to hydrate if you're in Rome and it's hot.